Greetings, everyone. I hope you are fine. I hope you are doing well. I'm Olani Moloim, and I would like to say thank you very much to those people who have already subscribed to this channel, about 500 of them. And if you haven't done so, I would appreciate if you can just smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, smash that share button like never before. In this video, we are going to do what we call unemployment crisis analysis, because South Africa and many countries around the world, or many countries in Africa, are suffering from high unemployment rate. The reason I want to do this analysis is to show you that fixing unemployment will always take more than fixing, because most of these politicians, mayors, and councillors will always knock on your doors and promise you heaven and earth, telling you that fixing unemployment is simple as ABC. Let me tell you the truth, it's not as simple as they tell you, because most of these people, they don't even know how to fix the problem. Yes, the problem is there, but they don't know how to fix it. But now they just want to play around with people's votes, with people's emotions, because they know very well that the moment they get your vote, then it's done. So I just want to show you so that next time you can be able to tell if they're lying, so that you can be able to tell if they are genuine. So I have a chart here. In this chart, let me just say we have a total population of 1.34 million. In other words, 25% is those who are under 18, and 75% are those who are above the age of 18. So now we have to break it down so that you can understand our analysis to the fullest. So this information will help you in the near future or in your own analysis as well. Now we have to break this 1 million into categories, because it doesn't mean everybody is unemployed. So we have to minus those people who are already employed, because we are dealing with unemployment, because most of these politicians will always come to you and lie and lie and lie, not even knowing how to fix this problem. That is why I'm like, it takes more than fixing. That is why the unemployment rate of South Africa right now, as we speak, it keeps on rising. If I'm not mistaken, it's even above 30%. It keeps on rising. Even though these people are like, we are going to fix this problem, it keeps on rising. Now you are going to understand the secret why. So in this 1 million population, remember, we've excluded those who are under 18, but we are still going to talk about them. So right now, we have a public sector. Then the public sector has employed about 180,000 people. Out of 1 million, they've managed to employ 180,000. And that's 18%. And then we have private sector. Private sector has managed to employ 280,000. This is private sector. Sometimes it may be vice versa, depending on the country you live in. The most important thing is to just understand how we analyze this unemployment crisis. And then we have social grants. Those who receive social grants, like elderly group and those who live with disability, we have 22%. Then in other words, out of this 1 million, we have 320,000 of people who are not working. We have 220,000 those who receive grant, 280,000 employed by private sector, 180,000 employed by public sector. But I just want to focus on unemployment. because it's a disaster. Most of the countries are suffering from this unemployment rate, and they don't even know how to deal with this crisis. We have 320,000. It's 32%. In other words, 32% of our people in this example are not working. So we have to understand the reasons and the consequences of this unemployment. So now, if we have 32%, 32% is not a good number at all. But it doesn't take just fixing it, because it will take more than fixing. What does this mean? It means you have to go deeper, because 32% is too much. So in this 32%, you have to understand that we have starters, we have hustlers, we have all those people who are struggling because there's no income here. But amongst them, we have those who are hustling and those who are running small businesses. Because I don't want to talk about small businesses that much, because the majority of businesses in African communities are just starters. They are just hustling. They don't even qualify to be called small businesses, because you'll find out that this person has registered this business. He's the director of the business. He's the receptionist of the business. He's the service provider of the business. He's everything in the business, including marketing and everything. In other words, that person falls under hustling department. They don't qualify to be called small business owners. Why? Because truly speaking, they are also hustling. So in this unemployment, we have people who are hustling. We have people who get piece jobs. Today they are employed, tomorrow they are not. Next week they are working, that other week they are no longer working. It's something like that. So amongst these people, we have those who don't have houses. We have those who are living on the streets. We have those who are trying by all means to hustle, but they are not getting anything. So from this sector, we have many people who are coming to these sectors, because this is an unemployment sector or unemployment section. From this section, we have many people who always write their CVs to the public sector and the private sector. So in this sector, which is private sector, there are many CVs that have not yet been attended to. Why? Because they are full. Then under public sector is the very same thing. We have many CVs that have not been attended to. Why? Because these positions are occupied. Now we have a crisis. That is why this number will keep on going up, will keep on rising. Why? Because the moment they come here to put their CVs looking for serious employment, they are always rejected, because these sectors are occupied. In other words, there's pressure. So this unemployment rate will keep on rising, until it gets to probably 32%. 32% is very bad. So some of these people are doing hustling, car wash business, spaza shops, and all those things. But in reality, they are also hustling. And few of them will convert their hustling businesses into small businesses. It's only few of them. Most of these people are struggling. Most of these people are hustling. They are trying by all means. And some of these people, they've discovered that even hustling is no longer helping. That is why in most cases, you'll hear people say, oh, South African people are lazy. Oh, these people are lazy. You should do this, you should do this, you should do this. But in reality, sometimes you'll get to the point whereby even hustling is no longer working at all. Because now these sectors are under pressure. Even hustling department by itself right now as we speak is already under pressure. And then when you look into these stores, clothing stores, food stores, everything now is expensive. Electricity is expensive. Municipal rates are now going high. Everybody is under pressure. Even those who are in a private sector, even those who are in public sector. That's when you will see a private sector retrenching people. Why they'll start retrenching people? Even public sector at some point, they'll start retrenching people. Why? It's because of the pressure. And the moment you release the pressure that is in the private sector, then the unemployment section will keep on going high. Will keep on going high. Will keep on going high. Because now things are expensive. Public sector is under pressure. Private sector is under pressure. Then unemployment rate is going high. Is going high. But these politicians will always have guards to come to you and tell you that they'll deliver, that they will solve this problem of unemployment. Just imagine. This is a great problem because there are those again here under social grants, those who receive social grants, who are like, this is not even enough. They also hustle as well. They also hustle. They also have their own hustling departments where they try to hustle to get some more money. Why? Because it's not enough. It's not enough. So now, if you have this crisis here, then this crisis leads to poverty. Because right now, as we speak, the private sector is under pressure. The public sector is under pressure. The hustling department or the hustling sector is also under pressure. Then now, we found ourselves experiencing poverty. And most of these politicians have guts to visit areas like these only once in 5 years, just to ask you to vote for them. And they promise you to build you better houses. They promise you to give you jobs. They promise you heaven and earth. Unemployment leads to poverty because there's pressure. So when it comes to poverty now, there's a lot of pressure in poverty because you have to try by all means to find the area where you won't pay rent, where you won't pay electricity, where you won't pay anything, just to sleep. That is why unemployment leads to poverty. And now, when you are living in such environment, you are living now you are living under poverty. Then there's pressure because there are times whereby it's impossible for you to even put bread on the table. Then it's pressure. It's pressure because now everybody is suffering. So now that's when you find out that some people have to come up with alternative solutions. Now everything leads to crime. Everything leads to crime. This is where the country will experience looting. It's because of the pressure, because now unemployment section is pressured. And many people are suffering. And many people are poor in that particular sector. And now you cannot fast for 365 days. You cannot fast for a month. You cannot fast for 7 days. Then crime will go high. Even if you can deploy soldiers, even if you can deploy 1 million police officers, you won't be able to deal with this. But at the end of the day, you'll get to the point whereby people will start killing each other. Why? Because there's pressure. No one can fast for 365 days. No one can go for a month without eating anything. So that's when people will say, you know what? Now we have to target those who are working. In other words, we have to rob them. We have to hijack them. When they are not around, we have to go and steal into their houses. Why? Because the unemployment rate is up there. They are under pressure. And there are those who come from universities. They join the very same section, unemployment section. And there are those who are turning 18 each and every year. They also bring they also bring another pressure on top of another pressure. So now this whole situation is like a river that is flowing. And now this river is flowing with pressure. And when a river flows with pressure, then erosion will take place. Then this river will start to expand. Because of what? Because of pressure. That is why now we have other people who are like, let's just practice white collar crimes. They're like, okay, what we are going to do, we are going to establish churches. That is why we have so many fake pastors and fake prophets. They're like, let me establish a church. They are targeting who? They are targeting those who are working. They are like, I cannot sleep with hunger. So they come with all these different types of tactics. They manipulate people so that they can get some, so that they can put bread on the table. Why? Because even these pastors, they come from the very same section, unemployment section. There's pressure. There are those who are like, every night, we have to go and rob somebody. We have to go and hijack. We have to go and do something. We have to sell drugs now. We have to do this and this and this and this. Crime is rising. Even if you can employ 1 million what, you cannot deal with this. You cannot handle the crisis because now the crisis is there. Because while you are still like watching, there are those who are like, who are on the internet now using platforms like Facebook and many others. They target people whom they can scam. They are also under pressure. We have pastors who are doing the very same thing. We have many people who are hijacking others. Others now are selling drugs. Others are doing this and that. Even those who are working during their off days, they also practice crime because to them it's like we are not even earning enough as well. So dealing with this type of a crisis, it takes more than fixing. It requires deep strategic methods, economic understanding. What is a solution? What is a solution? I cannot talk about solutions right now because these people are not even listening. I would appreciate if you can just smash that subscribe button, smash that like button like never before.